Big switch, good buddy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Jack here, and today I'm super excited to show you yet another lighting kit. Now, the last time I did this, it was actually, I think it was a couple weeks ago or something like that, but I did it for the Stranger Things set. Game of Bricks reached out to me, and they sent me that kit, and they did the same thing here after seeing that video, but for the Jurassic Park set, which I happen to have, and I love the way this thing looks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check this thing out. Now, starting off, this thing is nowhere near as flashy as the Stranger Things set, which is actually probably a good thing because, I mean, it makes sense for Stranger Things to be flashy, but this thing is pretty much, it fits inside its own theme. It's calming compared to Stranger Things. Even though there's a gigantic T-Rex barreling through the front gates, it's still like, man, I could watch this all day. But that's not to say there are no effects. You can obviously see the fires flickering on and off because that's how fire works. It flickers, it's not just one constant brightness. So I love the way that thing looks. It's perfect. I mean, you can tell it's fire. It looks like fire. It makes all the fire glow. And that thing was actually a little bit simpler to install than I thought it would be. So this kit actually gives you a lot of custom cut pieces. So with the Stranger Things lighting kit, it was a lot of adhesive that you would apply and a lot of pieces you would kind of stick up under other plates. But this one has a lot of custom cut pieces where they'll like drill holes in brackets and stuff like that to like put lights through, and they'll give you these custom pieces and you just replace other parts. So it's pretty easy to install. So I had no problems installing it, but I did have one problem, and that was my fault. Now, something unfortunate that happened just as I brought this thing out here. This T-Rex, as it always does when I bring it outside to film, fell down behind the table, and unfortunately the head snapped off, and because it snapped off, the wires snapped off. So you can see there's just wires hanging out, coming out from the back of the neck or of the head, and that's because the wires snapped. They normally don't snap, and they won't snap unless you're clumsy like me, but luckily I did snag a picture of what it looked like from my iPhone. It's not the best picture, but you can see here the eyes light up, the mouth lights up. It looks pretty cool when all the lights are on, so I'm very sad that I just dropped it. I was very mad at myself, but you can see that even if you don't like the T-Rex being lit up, there's the option of it being lit up, and unfortunately I can't light mine up now anymore, so that's sad, but the rest of it still works perfectly fine. But other than that, there is still a bunch of lights to look at. You can see the fire, like I mentioned a little bit ago, is everywhere. There's also some green lights down below, so it lights up the foliage. I wasn't expecting that when I first put those pieces down there. I had no idea what they would look like, and then when I plugged it in and turned it on, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, another cool thing about this kit is that it lights every single scene inside of the back. So if you don't know anything about the Jurassic Park set, when you rotate it around, you can see different scenes from the movie inside. So you'll see the shaving cream can of embryos is covered by mud. That's actually in here. The scene where Hammond is eating ice cream. The scene where Ellie is trying to reset the breakers. All those scenes are inside of this gate. And this lighting kit will actually light them all up for you. So if you look in the back, you can see there is a green light to light up the foliage, which is the Dennis Nedry scene, which I just mentioned. You can see Hammond's thing is lit up. A little storage facility is lit up. The computer room is lit up. The toilet is lit up. And of course, the room where Ellie Sattler tries to reset the breakers. That thing is actually flashing. There are some effects on that lights to show that the red ones are actually still red. They're not green. They're not good. So she's still got to reset those. And unlike the Stranger Things set, there's only one minifigure that actually gets their accessory lit up, which makes sense. It's actually John Hammond's Staff of Amber with the mosquito in it. That thing lights up, which is pretty cool. And one thing I failed to mention in my last lighting kit video, these kits are not just battery powered, they're actually USB powered, but you can power them through a wall adapter or the battery pack that is included with the kit. So if you want to, you can plug all these kits into the wall and just have all of this stuff lighting up constantly. But that's really all there is to this kit. It's one of my favorites. It's going right up next to my Stranger Things set. I love the way this thing looks. It fits perfectly, and I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. I'm thankful that the sign is lit up so I can see the sign on top of this gate just whenever I want to. I love the way this thing looks. And thank you once again, Game of Bricks, for sending these out. They also sent me the lighting kit for the Palace Cinema, so expect a video on that too. I'm pretty excited for that one, but I actually have to put my Palace Cinema kind of back together. It's a little bit dismantled right now, but that won't be a problem. That's just a problem for another day. But that's all I have to say, so thank you guys so much for watching, and most importantly, take care.